Mark King, and I am self-employed.
Great, great. So, tell me a little bit about just some of the pain points that you were struggling with prior to working with my weight loss coaching.
I think before I started the program, I was significantly overweight. I had bad eating habits. I didn't have any exercise routine that I did consistently, and was just, significantly out of shape and in poor health.
All right, all right. So you just kind of the whole spectrum, correct?
Yeah,
So right,
you
right.
name it.
All right, good, good. And so then how did I specifically address some of these challenges that you were facing and help evolve yourself into where you're at now? What did
I
we
think what you were able to do successfully for me, I think most importantly, I think was the accountability piece. I think the consistent accountability each day, checking in, weighing myself, being accountable not only for doing the exercise and all of the meal prep, but just taking accountability for realistically where I was, and then setting some goals and then working towards those. So
Great, great. And then obviously after the program, and maybe you could state for the record how much you dropped during the program, as well as just how you've been doing after your program. What have you adopted from the program for the rest of your life so far?
okay. So at the beginning of the program, we set a goal of losing 50 pounds, which was a very aggressive goal. I was 233 pounds, I believe, when I started the program. Over the 90 days, I lost, I think, a little over 40, so a little short of the goal. But I think post the 90 days, I've actually lost close to 70 pounds in total. Um, so what were some of the other questions? Sorry.
Just how you've adopted these new principles into your life and how it's changed your life now for the current your current lifestyle, since obviously you've not turned back, as we can totally see in the camera.
I think one of the things that I think is the most significant for me is I'm definitely a nutritional facts label reader. I read everything. I'm very conscious of what goes into my body every single day. I'm sure um, to ensure that I get enough of my water in, drinking my gallon of water, taking my supplements. Very conscious of just a wealth of knowledge, I think, when it comes to um, food overall, knowing what sugars are in things, the calorie counts, all of that. So I think that piece of it has been significant. I've definitely much more conscious of that than I've ever been before. I feel much more knowledgeable than I did before.
That's great. And you're still exercising as well on a regular?
Still exercising, I do it about. I try to do 6 days a week, but I'm currently most weeks it's about 5 days a week.
That's incredible. That's what I do. So I mean, 5 days is a huge change from where you started. So that's
Oh yeah, I still don't love doing it, but I do understand the benefits from it, and not only just the physical piece, but certainly the mental piece. I think that was a piece that I definitely had some significant depression, anxiety, and whatnot prior to the program, and I definitely have seen a significant decrease in both. My energy levels higher, my anxiety levels are lower, my depression levels are much more manageable. So I know a lot of that is the benefit of eating right and taking care of myself. So that alone keeps me going back every day to the gym and kind of maintaining what I've been able to do. So
that's some great feedback, because that just translates to just overall happiness. And I think just being, just more comfortable in your own skin and happy with where you're at with that depression lessening. And that has a lot to do with just eating processed foods, which actually have that dramatic effect on our mentality and our mental illness.
yeah.
Especially if we've been diagnosed with anything, it just adds to it. So I'm glad to hear that. That's huge. That's a big one.
Yeah, that was that and it's so, and the days when I feel like, okay, John, I don't feel like going to the gym, I don't need to lose any more weight, then I'm like, you know what? You need to go to the gym so that you can reset and just mentally be in a much more focused point of, clarity. And I think that part in itself is pretty big.
Yeah, definitely, definitely big, definitely big. Well, that's exciting. That's exciting. Um, Anything else you would like to add to whoever would be interested in
Yeah, I
the
mean,
book.
I was fortunate. I did the program with my best friend Holly, and we were able to, kind of live through the program together. I think one of the great things about it was, Shawn definitely has a huge wealth of knowledge when it comes to the body and, how things are, how the intake of the food is processed and whatnot. I think the recipes were very helpful, very easy to make and maintain. I still talk to her actually, and she made her pesto meatballs yesterday,
Nice.
or Sunday rather. So she's very much sticks to the recipes for herself as well. But I think it took all of the guesswork out of the whole program. I think that I was able to navigate through it, learn from it, apply it, and I think you can see the results.
Oh yeah.